Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Alright, this is the rocks I'm cutting today. So let's take a look at these real quick. I'm going to set these down. So some of these have some windows on them. And this one's showing it's going to have some banding in it. Probably cut parallel to that face. Alright, it's going to have some cool looking bands in there. Ooh, it's got some nice looking banding. Cut parallel to that face as well. Got some banding showing here and here. Cut that right down the middle, in between those two faces. Alright, this one shows a little bit of quartz right here, but it's got banding around it. Banding showing there. Yeah, it's kind of a crazy looking one there. Like it grew up in a crack in a rock. Got some weird angles. Alright, got some banding showing on that one, on this face. Good color, translucent, some more banding back here. So we'll cut in between those two faces, parallel. And let's see what we got here. Alright, it's got some cool looking angles too, with a really nice face showing here. So I'll probably cut back behind those two faces from corner to corner. See if we can't get that full pattern. It's going to have some really good dark colors in it. I got a really flat one here, but it's got banding showing all the way around the outside edge. So again, this best face is right here. So if I go from this corner to this corner, I might be able to get a really cool full face. And a little bit of banding showing there. It's got some promise. I don't know if I showed this one or not. No, alright, so it's got some banding showing on both sides. It's weathered really good, but if you look in there, it's got that dark section. So I'm hoping it's dark in the middle. So I'm going to cut that right down the middle, parallel to those two faces. Alright, what do we got here? Got some banding showing there and there. It's got some fractures in it though. So, boy, I might try to cut parallel to that big fracture on either side. I'm not sure which side. Got more room here, but this is the bigger side. We'll see. Okay, got a nice nodule, good skin. Probably cut him long ways. Hope for the best. Alright, again, nice looking skin on this one. It's got some possible tube showing, some banding, maybe a little quartz. This one might be a crazy looking one. We'll probably cut him this way. And I got another one with some weird angles, but some possible good banding and color. So, not sure how best to cut this one. I might cut him right along that ridge. Alright, last up, let's set this down. So this one, it's got two open faces that I'm covering up. and a nice husk down the back. And let's see what he looks like. So we've got a lot of banding and a little bit of quartz in the middle. The color and the bands on this look awesome. Boy, I'd love to have found that whole stone before it broke. So the best way to cut this one, I think, is right down that ridge. So we get both of these faces. That's gonna be a hard one to cut, but I think I can get it. It's a pretty big stone for a 6-inch saw, but I think I can get it on there. We'll give it a shot. Okay, let me get these out on the saw, get them cut, and I'll be back and we'll see what we ended up with. Thanks. All right, everybody, back from the saw. Let's walk through these cuts. So this first one, at first glance, it just looked like quartz, but if you look closely, there's tubes in it. And that quartz is pretty cool looking. That's a definite face polish candidate. Kind of coming in from the top there. Pretty cool looking. All right. Next up. Well, mostly white with quartz. Not a lot of contrasting. I put a new blade on, so I've got some paint from that blade. Alright. Oh, the fractures kind of make that a bummer. And that's got some cool banding. Still look nice polished, I guess. Some paint from the blade. Alright. Huh. It's kind of cool looking. It's got those orbs in it. It does have a couple of fractures up here. Might like neat polish though. Or tumbled. Alright. Ooh. Very translucent. It's a shame though, it does have a pretty nasty fracture. I can see it running this way through the stone. Huh, that would have been really cool. This side looks a lot better. You can see a little bit of fracturing in it, but not like that other side. Very neat. Probably throw that in the tumbler. Okay. Again, this is the one I tried cutting alongside that fracture, which I did. But if you look closely, you can see that fracture underneath. But the banding in that's pretty neat. It's got a little druzy pocket. Alright, tumbler candidate. Alright, so this guy, he's got some fractures, well at least one. That's a fill point. There's a little fracture down there. And a little bit of quartz right here. It's kind of got something going on in here. Tubes maybe. Wow, that's definitely worth polishing. Cool. Alright. Oh, okay, so this is the one I tried to get a full face on. Didn't really work out that way, did it? It's got some fractures in it, but the color's really nice. Alright, tumbler. So cut parallel, and it came out really nice. And this is definitely a candidate for doing a freeform cabochon, where that's the back and this would be the top. I think once domed and polished, it'd look like that on the top. A little different, but similar. Nice. No fractures. Definitely gonna make a cab out of that. All right, the rest of the stone. Well, I could. Oh, look at that. You see those little stalagmites or stalactites kind of growing in there. So I could slab that further or just polish it. All right. Next up. So I just kind of cut that one in half. Saw that dark color and was hoping. Well, the dark color does not go through, but it's got a really cool pattern. No fractures. Look at that around that edge, it's neat. Huh. I could probably freeform cab that. And this side I could take another cut on it and do the same for that. That's neat. It's like bubbles. Clouds. Very cool. Alright. Same thing here. I was hoping that if this was good, I could cab this. Now, the banding is ridiculous. That's so nice. Look how deep that is, the depth in that. It does have a fracture right here, and it kind of goes into the stone a bit, and that popped off, which is a shame. So I probably would not cab this one, but I'll throw it in a tumbler. It is really nice. Lots of depth. Same with over here, all this popped off. So I probably won't cut this one anymore. That would have been so cool. All right, it still look nice, polished, tumbled, whatever. All right, next up. Wow. That's got some good color. Does have a little fracture, looks healed right there. That's really nice. This side's even nicer. If that is a fracture, it's healed. Wow. May have to face polish that. And then this side I'll just throw in a tumbler. All right, 3 left. Okay, so this is the one that had the pattern around the outside edge. So just cut him down the middle and got a complete perfect pattern. Now it's rather thin, but I could cut a slab or 2 off of these for long earrings. They're not exactly the same size, but that came out really nice. Perfect pattern, and I don't see any fractures. All right, 2 left. So this one I cut a few slabs off of. Let's see how this came out. So that first cut, I thought if this is any good, I might be able to cab this. I'm definitely going to freeform this one. That's the bottom, that's the top. Don't know if it'll be any good, but I think it will. That's really nice though. So that's why I slabbed this. Wanted to get a nice cut. Got some tubes in there, some eyes. Cool banding, lots of inclusions. Orbicular floating bands, everything. Again, that'd be nice freeform cab. So I cut one more off. That was looking like it might get some color. And it did get a little color. It's got some moss, it's a little pitted. And a little bit of a fracture going on in there. So, very nice. And last but not least, I got this guy. So let's open it up and see how I did. So I actually successfully cut it the way I wanted to. And look at that. It's got a little bit of a purple tinge to it. Perfect bands, no fractures, a little bit of quartz down the middle. That'll make a nice specimen. Definitely gonna face polish this one. With all the orbs and that. Alright, well that is the last stone in this video. I want to thank everybody for watching. And we'll catch you on the next one. Alright, bye.